Welcome to Economics Today, where we debate current events and issues through the macroeconomic lens. We hope these debates will be edifying as well as entertaining. It's our aim to disagree without being disagreeable, so that the discussion will continue and more thoughtful solutions to modern problems will be discovered. Our teams present two sides of a topic so that you, the viewing audience, will be better informed. Scoring for these debates cover 8 measurable categories and are more heavily weighted towards content than technique. However, it probably goes without saying that the effectiveness of the presentation is often what wins the day, especially in a close debate. Today's topic on Economics Today debates the benefits and costs of the age 21 minimum legal drinking age. One of America's biggest debates is the legal drinking age. Since 1984, across the nation, a person has to be at least 21 to purchase or consume alcohol. Politicians and, of course, college students all have different opinions and views about what they think the legal drinking age should be and why. Economists decide to be in one of two groups on the issue. There are economists who believe the government-imposed drinking age is for the best, while the economists who disagree want the law abolished and very limited government interference in the marketplace. Today's debate focuses on that issue of whether the drinking age should stay at 21. First, the pro team argues in favor of keeping the policy. They'll be relying on Keynesian economic theory to support that position and to persuade us that government regulation in this case is better than the market. Next, the con team argues in favor of a free market solution to this problem. They'll be using classical economic theory to persuade us that the ban should be lifted. It's up to you, the viewers, to deliberate in your mind the facts and positions presented by both sides. Let us hear them now.
Good morning. Today we are discussing the advantages of the government-enforced drinking age of 21. Our Keynesian view being that a minimum legal drinking age of 21 does help to reduce the negative effects of alcohol. Throughout this debate, we will educate you on the benefits of government enforcement, major points being how alcohol affects younger people with present and long-term problems, the responsibilities which come with the freedoms of living in America and making decisions, and how this specific issue shouldn't be taken lightly because the decision to drink only has negative effects on our country. We can't trust the young adults and children under 21 to make the best decisions when it comes to alcohol. We cannot trust the firms to be responsible merchant any more than we can trust the markets. Government laws and regulations are needed to create negative incentives. The drinking age of 21 is beneficial to prevent a much worse alcohol problem in this country.
There is a strict drinking age of 21 in the United States of America. The law that states this was made in 1984. It was the second biggest decision regarding alcohol in the 20th century, the first being prohibition. Roughly 60 years after the prohibition ended, the government made a change in policy and lowered the drinking age from 29 to 21. What was the result? The amount of alcohol consumed now is nearly 500,000 gallons less than when people over 29 could drink. In fact, when they lowered the age to 29, it was at an all-time high. This graph can lead you to believe that lowering the drinking age will mean that less total alcohol is consumed. In fact, around the world, lower drinking ages lead to less drinking. Every country in continents such as Africa has a lower drinking age than the United States, and they all have lower alcohol consumption. In the United States, it has the highest drinking age, but every country in the Americas consumes less alcohol. The facts are this: the drinking age in the United States has caused alcohol consumption to change. The higher the age is, the more consumption there is. The lower it is, the more control people have over themselves. By being set free of governmental control, the public worldwide has shown they can make the right decision.
The drinking age of 21 was enforced knowing that children under 21 are not fully developed yet. Drinking at younger ages can cause many long-term defects such as memory loss, damaged hormone levels, loss in bone density, growth, lowered immunity, depression, and social learning, among many other things. Kids at younger ages are already unable to make rational decisions and are too easily influenced. How worse do you think their decisions will be if alcohol is affecting all these other things? If there is no drinking age, we are leaving our decisions to be based on good parenting and self-learning. But studies show most teens drink to get to a state of euphoria, so why would they stop? Another study shows that in the year 2006, 6.6 million children were living in their house with at least one alcoholic parent. This makes them more likely to become alcoholics themselves.
Along with keeping the drinking age at 21, we find it important to have a tighter control on the amount of alcohol within drinks. People do not take into account just how high the percentage of alcohol has gotten. When the law went into effect in 1984, the highest alcohol content within beer was 5.7%, and today the percentage can easily reach up to 8.1%. People don't realize just how dangerous it can be to drink alcoholic beverages and drink as if they were all the same. Since the level of content percentage has increased, the amount of accidents and deaths has also risen in response. We believe that people cannot make logical, rational decisions, and gaining a tighter hold on the amount of alcohol in beverages will ensure that people are being taken care of while not giving young people under 21 any encouragement with alcohol.
If the drinking age was lower or even non-existent, it would change the consequences of drinking. For example, if two people get drunk, one 20 and the other under what would be the possible damage that could do their lives. The 21-year-old could get into a fatal car accident, lose his or her job, beat someone up, and spend this thus far living savings, all which could lead to possible jail time. For every person under 21, the possible consequences are much less. There is a high chance that do not drive, have a job, or a substantial amount of money saved up. Years of work and a reputation cannot be harmed simply because they haven't built it yet. For a person over 21, they can go to jail for a long time if something fatal happens. They have their life room for one horrible mistake. For a person under 21, they have hardly started their life, so they will have plenty of time to establish themselves in the community. A possible counter-argument for this, that alcohol affects the brains and decision-making more of a younger person, and as they will be true, it is also true that after effects will affect younger ones. However, the side effects will have much worse effects on young ones. They will learn a firm lesson early with no lasting harm that moderation is key. We can rely on our family and friends for guidance in this world, but we also have to trust ourselves because we can make the right decision.
Freedom is the basis of what this country was founded on. By restricting the alcohol content, you are taking away the freedom of choice. The consumer can no longer choose what is good for themselves. Our big brother is choosing for us. We as Americans trust not only ourselves, but each other and the world to make the right choice. And because of that, if the market is kept free, all of us are allowed to choose what we want to drink and how much alcohol is in it. The market will balance itself out to be where it's supposed to be. A free market on alcohol, and not just on beverage content, but alcohol in general, will lead to a balancing out. There will be tough times, and there will be good times, but we will find an equilibrium. We control ourselves. This has been proven since the American Revolution. Americans have drank less amounts of alcohol as the drinking age goes lower. We start making the choice early and realize the benefits and costs early in our lives. That is why drinking with an age limit of 21 is restricting. If people drank more than 2.8 million gallons when the age limit was 29 and 2.3 when the age limit was 21, then why can't we think that if the age limit was lower or even non-existent, the percentage wouldn't go even lower?
A real issue facing all of us here is that we put our lives on the line in war, but cannot drink even a sip of alcohol if we were underage. When someone chooses to go to war for his or her country, they determine right from wrong. They know that their country needs to be protected and that the enemy is the wrong with whatever actions they are committing. Discerning right from wrong is not an easy thing to do. These are individuals that have a hard time with it at the age of 20, 30, or even older. However, at the age of 18, we can make life-changing choices on marriage, voting, entering into a contract, and joining the military, but we can't have a beer. The four things mentioned previously affect us for years and possibly decades to come. All of them directly involved another person. Drinking we can do by ourselves in a quiet of our own home. Fall asleep in a chair, wake up in the morning, and everything is exactly as it was. With all those other options, we can show how we are able to make the right decision at a young age. When given a fair chance, we can prove that we will make the right decision.
Joining the military is a conscious decision of taking your own life and putting it at risk. Military personnel are able to buy and drink alcohol at a younger age than 21. The problem is that someone in the military can drink at the age of 18, and yet many feel that it is only fair to all involved to allow all to drink at a young age. Having a drink before departing and potentially dying to protect one's country is not the same as drinking for the sake of drinking. There's already a nationwide issue of alcoholism and binge drinking. Allowing everyone to drink at a younger age will only increase these problems. If the majority of the people aren't conscious and willing to take responsibility for their lives and the whole nation, how can they be responsible enough to make logical decisions concerning drinking?
Living in America, we are given the freedom to live and be who we want to be. Don't we want strong, smart decision makers leading our country? With younger drinking ages, we are allowing our country to be led by people who are irresponsible, physically and mentally unhealthy. Success is built on structure and discipline. Let's not allow our animal spirits to make our decisions.
Finally, whether you are a citizen of America or a citizen of the world, ask of us the same high standards of strength and sacrifice which we ask of you. With a good conscience, our only sure reward. With history the final judge of our deeds, let us go forth to lead the land we love. That was the Kennedy inaugural speech. We have to let our voice be heard, and you have to let your voice be heard. You have to tell us whether you are for or against the drinking age. Remember, this is a country of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Thank you very much to both teams for a very interesting and well-articulated debate on this topic. I'm sure that you'll be discussing this, whether it's over a glass of milk or over a pint in your local establishment, depending on your age. Remember, economics is everywhere. Thank you for the team at Viking Video Technologies for their assistance today, and have a wonderful day.